Welcome guys, welcome to this brand new video, and in this video we are going to see how to print multiple charts using Google Charts, and then we are going to add those charts in a PDF. We will be using Laravel as well as Dompdf. So I have this project here, and you can see that it's just startup. I just installed the Laravel application and created a project. You can see how to create a project on Laravel. The link is in the description. Now I'm on the main page here, the main welcome.blade. So you can see here, and we have only one route showing that welcome page. So first of all, I need to show you how to add the charts. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clear everything, whatever is on the page right now. So I'm going to remove this. We don't need this as well, so that we have clear content. So we just have a single div here. I refresh the page, it's empty. So to print the Google chart, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the CDN, which is required for working with the Google Charts. So it's here. Now, let me scroll a little up so that it's going to be easy to see. Now we need some data that is we need to print. So for that I need to create a script tag here. And in the script tag I will say $ function, and I want to show because you might be having data coming from the database, but in my case, for this particular example, this video, we will be showing using the arrays. So I have array of arrays here, so I'm going to copy and paste it so that we can save some time here. So you can see now. So week 1 we have some data like day-wise income. So we have some numbers and some days. So this is the array, first array, then second array, and then we have the weeks data array, which has all these arrays inside it. So we're going to save this. Now what I'm going to do here is we need to loop through this array. So I'm going to say a for loop. So it's going to be let r is equal to 0, and r will be less than. We have weeks data dot length. So and r will increase each time when the loop runs. So we will be looping through this data using this for loop. And to print the Google chart, we need to add our function in here. So what I do, first of all, I'm going to define a div, and I'm going to give it an ID. So we have content we add here. We can define a div here, just like that. So in this div, I want an ID. So I say ID draw and charts. Okay, so this is going to be the div. Now let me put this div inside another div so that it can be centered inside it. We put this, and yeah, so we have only this div in here. Right now it's not going to show because we don't have any content in it, but very soon we will be doing it. So we have the loop here right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to append a few divs on this particular div with the ID of draw charts. So we can do it using jQuery. So simply we need to say here $, and after that I will call the ID, and the ID will be this draw charts right here, and then I'm going to say dot append. And what we want to do here is we want to append a div. So I'll close this div here. Now with this div should have a unique ID each time it prints. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the same ID maybe. So ID draw charts. Now the thing different going to be here, because we need to pass a number each time a loop runs so that this ID can be unique each time. So what I'm going to do here, I can put double quotes here, and then I'm going to put the R. So the loop will run, it will print, append these divs to this particular div, and on each of these divs we are going to append the charts. So we can save this. Now here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say google.charts.load. Now current, and we need to pass a function here. So it's going to be a callback function. Alright, so inside this callback, we need to pass some variables. So say var data, and it's going to be new Google visualization dot data table. So this is the way you need to do it. This is the function of Google, so we can't change anything in this. So it has to be this way. So we say this data, we need to add a column to it. So we can say column. And we are going to tell what kind of data we want. We want string as a first data, and we can give it a name, like we have here days, and then the income day wise. So we can say string, and it's going to be days. Spelling. Copy that, paste down here, and second going to be number because we have income here. All right, so days and income. So that's gonna go that way. So we want to add. Now this time we need to add rows. So it's going to be similar data dot add rows, and we need to pass the data. So we have this array here, so we can pass this straight away. But the only thing we need to be careful about, we need to pass the index of each array. But what happens is that when the loop runs first time, r is going to be 0, so it is going to be 0 in here, and it will get this array. And the second time when the r is going to be 1, it will go here. So one by one, it will print different data in chart. So we can pass here r. All right. Now, in case you want to pass a few parameters about title or width, you want to do that, you can do that as well. So for that, what we need to do, we need to put everything in here inside this callback function. It's going to be var options, and it's going to be equal to let's say title, printing charts. That's the title we say. Comma, width of let's say 300, and height of let's say 200. Okay, that's good enough, I think. And now we need to bind with the div that we have in the HTML. So let's do that. So for that, what we need to do, we need to say that get the div. Let me show you. I just put dollar, and there let char underscore div is equal to document dot get element by ID, and the ID we are going to get is this ID. Sorry, the ID we are appending here. So we are adding these divs to that particular div on this one. So this div we need to get here, so that we can attach the chart to each of these divs. So I'm just going to copy this in here, and we also need to pass the R as well because it's going to have a unique ID each time. So that's it. Now to print the charts as a DOM PDF, we need to print the chart as an image. So to do that, we are going to make a little changes here. So first of all, I say here, let chart is equal to new Google visualization. All right. Then we define the type of chart. So it's going to be pie chart. And we need to pass the container. So the container, we had this chart div where we are getting the ID. So we're going to pass it here, and we're going to close it. Now here, I'm going to say Google dot visualization dot events dot add listener. Okay, so we need to pass the chart here. So chart and ready. So it's just confirming if the chart is printed and it is ready, only then get the image. So we say function. So once the charts are on the screen printed, then chart underscore div. And what we need to do, we need to get the inner HTML of it. Okay, and then we're going to get it. I'm going to say it's an image tag, img source is equal to double quote here. I'm going to close this. And it's going to be chart that we defined on the top. And we're going to get the image, and it's going to be URI. So this is a function from Google. So we just need to pass it this way, single quote. We need to close the image tag. Okay, so this is all done so far. Now here, just below it, we say chart dot drop. And we need to pass the data we defined here, the data. So we're going to pass it as a first argument, and then we're going to pass the options. So I'm going to copy this and paste it here. So I'm just going to save this. So all looks good. We need to also pass the packages. Now some things here, like these packages, you need to read more about it on the Google site, because this is the settings by the Googles. That's by Google. So we need to define it. So work with the Google charts. So we have it all set up. So what we need to do, we need to check if we're getting the print. So if we refresh the page here, let's go inspect it. Console, we get $. So looks like I don't have the jQuery. So let me include the jQuery's CDN just on the top here. Alright, refresh. Okay, so successfully we have chart here, and if I move this, you can see that these are printed in images. Now the next task is to print these charts in a PDF. So what I'm going to do for that, first of all, I'm going to create a form. So just below this here, we need to add a form. So let's do that. So I see here, form, simply. And then we need to say method going to be post for submitting it. Then we have ink type, and it's the same multi-part slash form dash data. Now in Laravel we need to pass CSRF, so add CSRF. Now I'm going to say input. Now this is type need to be hidden because we don't want to show that what data we are passing here. And I say here chart data. I give it a name of chart data. I need to give it an ID so that we can assign it. So the concept is we are going to assign the content of this charts into this input, and it is going to be hidden so we won't see it on the page, but when we click the button it is going to get data from here and I'm going to print it. So in the ID, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say chart input data. Alright, and here we also need a button. So input type submit, and name print chart. It's going to be value, otherwise it won't be visible. Value. Alright, let's give it a route as well. So I say action is equal to, I say slash print underscore chart. So this is the route we are going to define now. So I'm just going to refresh the page. We have a button here. So if I click on this, it goes to print underscore chart. We don't have that route, so it's giving 404. So let's deal with that. So what we do, we go into web, and here we need to define the route. So let's do that. So I say route. We will be using post method, and the route we defined there is where it's here. Just going to copy that. You can give the name to this route if you want to, but that is not that necessary here in this case. So now what I do here, I say uses, and we need to give it then a controller and a method. Now let's create a controller. I say chart controller at print method. Now we don't have it, so let's create it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a controller. It's a PHP artisan make controller, and it's going to be chart controller, the way we define it here, and it created the controller. Now if I go there, we don't need this anymore, and we have here HTTP controller chart controller. So here we need to define the method. As a return 1 to 3, because we just want to see what is going to happen when we method is returning 1 to 3. So if I refresh the page and click print chart, we're getting 1 to 3 there. That means we can go ahead and work with the Dompdf. So before doing anything, what we need to do here is we need to set the values. So when the page loads here, I want to set that value to input. So if you go here into welcome, I told you that this is the hidden field because we are not seeing it here, but it's right there, and then the button. So we need to set the value of it to this HTML so that we can show it. So what we can do, all we need to do is we need to go into the script here where we have our chart code going on, and below this we can define this code. So here, setting chart data to input. So here you're going to put a set timeout, and I don't know, I'm going to run a function and putting set timeout so that all data is ready, and after 1 second of all data, once the DOM is loaded, then this fires. So I say let, and then I say chart data is equal to $. Now this all, if you notice that we are appending these divs to this particular ID. So if I right click here and inspect, you will see that we have this div, which is this div, and we are appending div chart 0, div draw chart 1, draw charts 2, which is this, appending with that. So mainly everything is appending to this one. So we just need this ID. So we are going to get it here. It's going to be ID. All right. Now we can say .html. That's it. Simply. Now we got the value. Now we need to set it. So if I go to the input here, we have the ID. I'm going to copy that. And here I'm going to pass this ID and .value. And in the value we need to pass this charts data. Simply. So page loads the charts, and once it is done, after 1 second, that input will have that value. So if I save this and refresh the page, inspect, we have our form here. You can see that we have input type hidden, and the value has a lot of content in it. So it is just setting it up. So we need this content further. So okay. So this is the time when we receive the data. So we go into controller, and here we say request, and you're going to put here $request. This is how you're going to get the data. So let's say dd $request all, so we can see what data we are getting. So refresh, we click here. Okay, we get the permission error, so let's go to the project. I closed the terminal by mistake, so I want to say sudo chmod minus capital R 777, so we are going to change the permission for whole directory of storage. So this command will work for that. We will add the password of our system. Password is wrong. Let's try again. Now refresh the page. Okay, request all should have it should be like this and not like that. So my mistake, really sorry about that. Now continue, we get the data. So we are getting token because of CSRF that we are passing in the form here, and we are also getting the chart data. It's the HTML. So I'm just going to copy this, and because we need this data only, so I'm going to put it here. Okay, so if we refresh here again, we have the content. So this is the time when we deal with the Dompdf. So if I go to the documentation we have for Laravel Dompdf, we need to install it. So here is the command for it. So let's copy this command. So I'm already in my project folder. I'm going to install it. It will take some time. We need to wait. We have the package installed. According to the documentation, we need to add these settings as well. So it says config app.php. So let's go there. So it is going to be config, then app.php, and here scroll down. So we have providers here. I'm just going to copy this from here. I'm going to put it here. All right, now we also need to add the Facade. So I'm just going to copy that. And I'm going to paste it here. So now we will be able to use PDF, we can call it. So we can go to controller, and here we can say use PDF. Because we define it there, we can use it here. So one more thing we need to do here is we need to create a config file. So for that we have a command here. Let me see here, right there. HP artisan publish this. Just copy this. Go to the and here run. Now it says that publishing complete. So we should be having a file under config pdf.php. So here, if you see dompdf.php, we have it. All right. So we will be using it for now. I'm just going to put it at the end. So we have our package set up. Now we are getting the data here. So it's time to work with the Dompdf. So in Dompdf, when we want to print something, we need to pass a view. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a temp file. It is going to be temp.blade.php. You can give any name to this file. It's totally up to you what you want to do about that. So you can even put it in a separate directory, but I just want to put it here just to make things simple. Now here, I'm just going to say HTML, and in the HTML, we need to get the data. So before the data we can get here is through this controller. So what we need to do here is we need to say that data that we are getting here. First of all, I'm going to put it into a variable, and that variable I'm going to call it data. All right, then I'm going to say $PDF, which is going to be equal to PDF, and here we're going to say load view. Now this is a method coming from PDF, which is the Dompdf. So here we are going to load the temp, which is the view we just created, and we are going to pass the data. So we say compact. It's a method, and we will add the data. So this will pass the data to this temp blade, and then after that, what we need to do, we need to say return, and we say $PDF download, and we need to give this file a name. So let's say shots.pdf file. So this is the file we're creating. Now these two lines are not required. We can delete these two. Now you can see that we are loading temp file and passing over data, so we need to deal with something here with the data. So what I do here is I'm just going to add some content there, or I say printing multiple shots Dompdf in loop. All right, so here I will call it div, and we can say at if we have $data and div. And here inside it, we're going to say this is the syntax of printing HTML in Laravel view. So here we say data. Okay, so we have this right there. So we're just printing this, and then we are printing the chart. In here, we are passing the data to $data, then compact. This $data we are getting and printing here. And here we are returning the PDF. So if I go to here, back, and refresh the page, and then I click print. So the data is undefined because the syntax wise I made a mistake here. I need to pass the data like this. So it will be available to the temp directory, temp view file now. So if I refresh and continue, and we just got a PDF here, charts, And so currently we need to update a directory as well. Let me show you. So in the Dompdf.php we have temp directory. We need to change this to this. So let me see here, refresh the page. Okay, we got it. So we can see that we have the print multiple charts using Dompdf, and we have our charts printing on the PDF in the charts.pdf. So we needed to set the temp directory, and we were not getting the image due to that, because otherwise it was not picking it up. And here on the chart we are setting the chart.pdf that we are downloading straight away. So this is how you print chart in Dompdf. The code for this video is also zipped as well as available in the description. You can download it and you can review it, and you feel free to change it if you want to. Subscribe this video. Have a good day. Goodbye.